Um, my challenge to you is to um, use less verbiage and formulate the goal in a more succinct way.
Okay.
As succinct as possible. Because when they're too broad, there's no way you're going to meet all of that.
Okay.
And it lessens your effectiveness in, um, let's say, honing in on three very specific goals.
Right.
So that's my challenge. That was a lot in number two.
Okay.
For number one, I simply wrote down exploration of anger.
Okay.
You can still have all of that other stuff in your mind, and you can even kind of bullet point them underneath
Okay.
it. Um, but my engagement with you will primarily be around the exploration of your anger.
Okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So how can you restate number two a little bit more succinctly?
I could do number two would be learn to manage anxiety.
How about explore the impact of anxiety on relationships and pastoral encounters? And the same could be true for that first one too, in terms of how it impacts relationships and pastoral encounters.
So explore the impact of anxiety and relationship of anxiety.
Explore
The impact of anxiety.
exploration of anxiety and how it impacts relationships and pastoral encounters.
Okay. Okay. And then I could do that with the same thing with number one.
Right.
Explore the impact of anger and how it impacts relationships and pastoral encounters.
Right.
Okay.
And now the outcome for those can easily be stated as something like in terms of raising your awareness of the ways in which both anger and anxiety impacts those relationships. And so as you reach the end of the unit, you can discuss things that you have discovered throughout the unit in relationship to anxiety and anger.
Okay.
And they can easily be demonstrated.
Okay. All right. And then I was going to say number three is just develop the knowledge and fluency in living out my own theology while learning to demonstrate how to integrate learning ministry in post-op, ER, the acute psych, and mental health.
And just shorten that to say various contexts,
Okay.
various ministry contexts.
Okay. Okay. All right. And I'm sorry, I'm not sorry I'm so wordy. I'm just trying to figure out how to say everything I want to say and compose and make it as short of words as I can. Still paint a clear picture. So
I'm curious about something
yes.
in terms of why you keep apologizing.
It's a habit. I've done it for a long, long time. Some people are okay with it, and other people it drives them nuts.
What does it do relationally?
For some people, I think it stresses them out. So it puts stress on the relationship. But I think others, it doesn't bother them, and so it doesn't add any stress to it. But I know some people, it can stress the relationship because they don't want to hear "I'm sorry" all the time.
What does it do for you?
To me, I think it frustrates me because to me, it signals a lack of confidence, I think. And I don't want to sound like a person that lacks confidence, but is confident in what he says and does.
It also creates a relational imbalance. It somehow puts you in a subservient kind of role within the relationship, as opposed to having a relational equal.
Right.
So you disempower yourself.
Okay.
And I'm not saying never apologize, but I just want to raise your awareness around the dynamic that you create when you're constantly apologizing for things you don't have to apologize for.
Okay. All right.
But I definitely relate with the wordiness. That's something that I still struggle with. But I have an awareness around it to try and state things much more succinctly.
Yeah.
Because
well, I mean,
when it's stated succinctly, it's much more clear. It's not just clear for the reader, but it's also more clear for yourself.
Yes. And that's one thing I've been wanting to work on for a while. Just because I know there's a lot of things to say, but it's learning how to communicate it